In this video, we will discuss about idiosyncratic drug reaction. Let us understand what does this topic means. Idiosyncratic drug reaction means that the undesirable reaction or the unpredicted reaction that occurs whenever a drug is been taken by a patient. So, so this drug reaction are been categorized into four. First one is neoantigen uh, formation, another one is innate immune response, adaptive immune activation, and progression to severe IDR, that is idiosyncratic drug reaction. And the possibilities of this kind of reaction to be more common are represented here with the uh, on the left side, and the reactions that are very rarely occurs are on the right are on the right side. So let us understand the terms one by one. First one is neoantigen formation. So what is this neoantigen means, or where does this neoantigen term comes? Neoantigen terms comes from tumor or cancer cells. Because of the mutation, the tumor cells might produce protein that are new to the host cell, and that helps the immune system of the host to differentiate these tumor cells from the other cells, and it will helps the host immune system to work against those abnormal or tumor cells. So similar thing occurs in this case, that is the drug is react or interact with the endogenous protein to form a drug modified protein, and this drug modified protein will act as a something new to the host cell or the host immune response, and it will generate immune response against this drug modified protein. So and this thing is normally observed within the patient, as we have as many of us has observed some kind of fever whenever we take any allopathic medicines. Second one is the innate immune response. So innate immune response is the first defense mechanism of the human beings, or the first defense mechanism of the host, so or mammalians. So in this case, what happens is that the tissue at the site of injury, or we can say at the site of drug injection, there are some tissues that get injured, and these tissues are being eaten up by macrophages, and these macrophages will also end up eating the antigen of the drugs, antigen of the newly injected drug, and this helps the macrophages to release some pro-inflammatory mediators that will act against all those things that are not been recognized by the immune, not been recognized by the innate immune system of the host. So, and this kind of pro-inflammatory mediators are general, and they will not be able to act upon a kind of particular kind of antigen, and in order to act upon particular kind of antigen, the third kind of response that is observed, that is which is adaptive immune activation, and this is not a fast response. That's why it is observed in in a lower incidence rate. That's why it is observed in lower peoples, or less number of peoples. So what happens is that the dendritic cells take up the drug modified proteins or the drug, and then transfer this antigen information to the lymphocytes with the help of two kind of signals necessary to uh, that is necessary. One will provide the present scenario of the antigen, and the second will helps the activation of this lymphocytes, so that it can produce antibodies against the antigen that has been provided by the mature dendritic cell. Fourth one is the progression towards severe IDR, that is liver injury. That might even lead to liver injury or blood dichresis, and people might see some symptoms such as side reactions or on the skin reactions. So what happens in this case is that sometimes the autoimmune response might get activated. For example, let us consider example that is not directly related to this topic, is that whenever a organ transplantation occurs, we need to ensure that it does not have any components that are new to the host. For example, the alpha gal epitope, it has been predicted, it has been assumed or proposed that alpha gal epitope has been inactivated in the human beings. However, the alpha gal epitope is still present in other mammalian cells. So whenever organ transplantation occurs from other mammalian cells to the human beings uh, without any consideration of taking without any consideration or taken care of that alpha gal epitope has been inactivated, then that organ might that organ will be rejected by the host body, as it will have the antigen that is not been recognized by the body or the present body. And similar kind of thing can happen in this progression towards severe IDR. So what happens in this case is that drug might have some kind of antigen that are new to the that are new to the host, or it might also have antibodies against those antigen already exist within the body. So that might lead to activation of this severe IDR as soon as it can uh, observe a small amount of those antigen against which the antibodies are already exist within the body. That's why this kind of situation is very rare, as uh, most of the time now the drugs that are being injected are being carefully examined carefully examined, and towards such kind of situations, such as this liver injury or blood dichresis and other skin reactions. So they will most of the time they will get rejected, even reach e- most of the time they will get rejected even during the process of approval. So that's all for this video. Thank you for your time.